Yes. And that's just how it is. That's how it goes. It's just, yes, like your pet is a Pokemon. It's just, in this reality matrix, that's exactly what it is. The Pokemon realm exists as well, simultaneously with us. So does Dragon Ball Z. And Avatar, too. Both avatars. The one with the blue humanoid figures. I don't know if that's the right word. Life forms, there it is. You got the life forms and they're on that giant planet. And then you got the other avatar when you're over here controlling all four elements and stuff. And yeah, that's a reality that exists simultaneously with ours. It's so hard to conceptualize or believe, but it's very fucking true. Everything is, at an essence, an aspect of creation. So whatever it is that you create exists. And that's the thing about you, is that you're that animal, the only animal on the planet like that. Because when I think about myself, and I'm like, physically speaking, I'm strong, but I'm not like super strong. There are some animals that are a lot stronger than I am. I'm aware of this physically. But when it comes to like my mind and the soul, those are my like proficient attributes. All of us are highly proficient in the mind and the soul aspect, more so than the body. But they want you to be fixated on the body. It's all surface level shit. The body is just a tool that your soul is using as an instrument to create reality, to create experiences, to form friendships, to make art, to make music. Your soul is using your body as an instrument to create these wonders, these great works. That's what you are at the core. That's what I am at the core. And we have to awaken to that we are the creators of our reality, regardless of everything external, regardless of any government, institution, whatever you name it, doesn't matter. We are the shapeshifters and the molders of our experience. We do that by having control over our emotions, awareness of our body, awareness of our mental state, what's going on around us, our perception, how we tap into our intuition, how we move, how we act, our deeds, the work that we do, even the things that we say, like how we treat each other. All that stuff speaks volumes when you really know how to move with the greatest efficiency for yourself. You have great understanding of it's like the self-awareness has reached a critical point where it becomes self-actualization. Like it's so beautiful. It's a thing. But in the end, I happen to think that reality is all existing simultaneously in all timelines, in all dimensions. When I say reality, I'm talking about all diverse realities manifested through creation. If it was created, it exists. It doesn't matter the form or shape of it. It exists. And you might say, well, what does that mean? Okay, talk about the atom. An atom exists. And they're everywhere. You can't prove to me atoms aren't everywhere. Atoms are everywhere. At least that's what I was told when I was in school. I don't know. They say everything made up by atoms. But even then, it extends beyond just planet Earth and our physical reality, because now it's in the universe. We talk about the cosmos. All the other planets and stuff, all of them have atoms too. Atoms exist everywhere. It's a manifestation of the unified. It's kind of like a canvas. I have to create something to show y'all what I'm talking about. So let me see if I can find some paper, because, oh my God, I just have to show you all. Hold on, stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, back to the topic at hand that I was talking about. Here is a visual so you all can see what I'm getting to. And as you can see, this is an image that I created that's a depiction of what I think reality is and what each of us are to it and in it. This silhouette, this being, this person is a metaphor for you, for me, for we, for all of us. Each and every person that's listening to this video, even a person that's not listening to this video, if you're a human being or if you're having a human experience, I guess, right now in this earth plane, because I do understand that some people aren't humans. But if you're having a human-like experience on this planet at this time, especially if you're a being that has a soul, this right here is depicting an enlightened soul, as people would say, where the chakras are balanced, the chakras are harmonized. Essentially, this is the fullest potential realized of the human, I guess, vessel or avatar. As I said before in my previous statements, I believe that the body is nothing but an instrument for the soul. When it comes to human beings, physically, our bodies are not that well equipped for survival or anything else. We do have what we have that helps us survive, but we don't have any distinct features such as claws or talons or sharp teeth or multiple rows of teeth even, or shells. We don't have anything like that. Our gifts and our features come from our mind and our soul. And I happen to believe that the body is an instrument that the soul uses to express itself, to create in this world, to build, to make, to produce. I think that's what our purpose is. Honestly, that's why we're here. Our purpose is to channel our soul, our inner being, and just be ourselves amongst others. That's our purpose. You get to decide what that is for you. But you have to understand and have the awareness that there are consequences, cause and effect. Wherever you push the pendulum one way, it comes back the other way to you. So you have to be very mindful of what you're asking for and what you're sending out and what you're receiving. Because we're literally walking bioelectromagnetic batteries plugged into this simulated reality matrix. And we're literally creating experiences as we live, all of us simultaneously. But we are like bio batteries inside this space, this ether, this field of unified consciousness. It's like an electromagnetic grid. It is never ending. There are frequencies and everything that's going on. And this image depicts exactly what is possible and what is happening. Because as you can see, this avatar is clearly in a park. They're in the park, they're chilling beside a tree. And what you're seeing is what they are seeing. They're in the park, they see the city skyline, they see the clouds, they know the sun is out, the weather is nice. They're taking all of that in. Simultaneously, what they're seeing is honestly being a projection generated from the brain. There are electromagnetic signals that are going into the eye, triggering neurons, and the brain is translating that signal into this image, into the city skyline, into these buildings, into this, that. There are different forms of matter. You're seeing that. But what you don't see is everything else that exists around you, that is existing with you simultaneously in the space or ether. So while this person is looking at the city, his mother might be driving on the highway on her way home from work. She's existing in her reality matrix, despite the fact that this individual doesn't have awareness of her, because he's focused on what he's receiving and sending out into the universe. He's focused on the eyes. He's focused on the material world. But this being, like I said, is an enlightened being. So this being sees all things. He can see the clues, the mysteries hidden in the reality matrix that we are currently sharing. He sees the unified field and exists simultaneously with it. This is essentially what it is. It's all energy. It's energy and frequencies. It's vibrations before it's physical stuff. The different layers of the body give different perceptions. So like a person, so from this perception point, essentially this is a being seeing this reality from perhaps the fourth dimension or fifth dimension. Because this visualization that I'm showing you is a 2-dimension manifestation of what I'm conveying. This is happening in the 3 dimensions, in the 4th dimensions, and now the 5th dimension too. This is all happening in these dimensions simultaneously right now. And so it's really hard, like I said before, to conceptualize it. But this is the 2D version of what I'm trying to convey here. All of this is happening in the 3D though. This is once you see the unified field and you understand that, oh my God, I am God, a part and aspect of it. And I have this ability to create whatever it is that I want. For good or for evil, I get to choose based on what's within my own soul. I don't need to go outside of myself. Because as you can see, going outside is an illusion. It's not the full picture. You can fall asleep and miss the subtle messages that connect you to the greater truth. Because this whole image represents the greater truth and what we are here for. And it also shows us our enemies, because just like how we exist in this space, in this ether, on this canvas of the creator, as above, so below, I literally created this reality matrix on paper in the 2nd dimension. So I'm seeing this as a God. This being that's being displayed in this image right here that I drew has no awareness of me whatsoever. He might believe me and he will pray to me as I will be in his eyes as Jesus or God or whatever, because I created him. You get where I'm coming from? And it's like that, but at a higher dimension for us as well. And this unified field is like a giant canvas in which God is creating a variety of different things. He's creating angels, creating dragons, creating demons as well. Believe it or not, God, when I say God, I'm talking about the infinite absolute. The infinite absolute is indifferent to good and evil. It's neutral. It's balanced. It's raw potential and probabilities and possibilities. infinite creativity, intelligence, you name it. It's the absolute. It's everything that could exist and could ever exist. So if there is something negative and evil, that came from the source as well. That came from the author. Just like how creators here in this reality matrix create heroes and villains. You get what I'm coming from? We make heroes and villains to create in there. This is happening right now, but in our own life. So yes, God exists. But at the same time, God is not what you've been believing God to be or what you have been taught. Because God is not what they convey him to be according to your Bible. God is so much more than that. When I talk about God, I'm talking about the absolute. Me and you are like fractals of that thing. Pieces of the whole puzzle. You have to realize this. You're not holier than thou or anyone else. You're not holier than anyone else. You're not better than anyone else. You understand that you are a unique piece. Everybody else is a unique piece too. When y'all come together, y'all form and see the greater picture together. You know where I'm coming from? Now y'all know how to move together, because now all of us, that's the thing too, is like we're living in this system right now, feeding off the nipple of money from the beast system. Well, we need to get off that nipple, but the only way for us to do that is for the pieces to come together, because then when the pieces come together, you create a foundation. You can build on that foundation. You get where I'm coming from? You can't build on the foundation if all the pieces are split everywhere else and disorganized. Just like how they construct buildings and they gather the materials, you got to get the materials and you got to keep it organized. You can't just have everything just thrown around all over the place. And that's how they want us, and that's what we are right now. We're all divided than ever before. You see, they got us exactly by the balls, and we don't realize it. So I hope you're mentally, spiritually ready for what's about to take place, because there's going to be way more than just physical survival you need to be worried about here. This is a spiritual war. We're not playing no games out here. It's a battle for your mind, your soul, your heart, your essence. They trying to dig deep with this shit, especially with the technology development and stuff like that going on right now. And there's certain things that they don't want to restrict. I'm not going to talk about it, but you guys already know about it. It's getting harder and harder to tell what's real and what's fake. You see how this is all created? Everything is like funneling down into a future that malefic beings that exist outside of us want to lure us into. It's a trap. They want to lure us into this trap and make it seem like this is what we want. But at the same time, this is not what we want, but they're convincing us this is what we want. It's manipulation at its finest. It's manipulation, it's deception. That's essentially who rules the world. When they talk about Satan, the devil, the demiurge, Jehovah, Elohim, you name the names. All these other, they're all gods. Yeah, they all represent different archetypes. Yeah. But at the same time, too, some of these gods and entities or beings are supernatural forces. Let's call them for what they are, supernatural forces. Some of them are not your friends. Some of them want to kill you. Some of them want to harvest your energy because you are a battery, like I said. They see us for what we really are, even though we don't have awareness to what we really are, because we're ignorant. We've been poisoned. We've been deceived. We've been fed false information. We've been lied to. We've been tricked. We go through so much trauma. It's hard for us to pick out the truth from all the information that we're receiving. This is what they don't want. They do not want you to line your energy. They don't want you to be they don't want you to be a battery with a purpose for higher evolution. They want you to be a battery for their matrix and their computers and their machines. That's what this is all leading to. These little bases they're building up that's toxic for the environment in USA to try to keep up with China, because, you know, it's an arms race right now. It's like the Cold War, but for technology. You get where I'm coming from? Do you understand what I'm putting down? Are you seeing the key codes? I'm trying to speak in code. So they're developing this with little to no restrictions, and they're doing da-da-da-da. What do you think is going to be powering this stuff? It's not solar energy. It's not nuclear reaction. It's going to be you. It's going to the Matrix. They're trying to make that's predictive. That's priming at its finest. They showed you are a battery, a living battery, and there are beings that have malicious intentions on how to use you as a battery. Because that's what they need. They need that energy from inside of you so they can feed, so they can eat, so they can survive. That's why when you go through intense emotions, you release a lot of energy. When you're upset, you're mad, you're ready to fight. You got a hell of adrenaline pumping through your veins. You're releasing a lot of energy, and they're feeding off of that, even though you don't see them. Because you don't see. Your eyes can only see the 3D. Your eye cannot see beyond the veil. It cannot see all of this shit happening right now. That's why you have to have your chakras aligned, so you can sense the energy, so you can perceive it, so you can use your intuition, so you have knowledge as to where you're navigating, what's happening around you. and how you need to move. So yeah, self-awareness is the key. I hope you guys understand where I'm going with all this stuff. And if you feel like I'm missing anything, or if you want to add anything to the topic, or if you have your own idea of what reality is, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Please share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, honestly. But just be respectful and keep it based off love. And this is AYZN signing out yet again. Till then, ciao.